finally, I would like to say thank you to the students. Mr. Connor Chancery took the lead on this project and has done a very impressive job. I believe we are all in for a treat this evening. I love to be a part of events like this that showcase the good our students do. Too often the community hears of the bad things that go on and don't get an opportunity to see the great things that go on here in the schools, and tonight I think you'll get a chance to see that. So, as I said, tonight's political forum is being sponsored by and organized by the Owen County High School Civics Club. You will be introduced to several members of the club throughout the night as they ask questions. I think they've made their rounds and tried to introduce themselves to as many of you as possible when we were outside. So, without further ado, let's get started, and I'll introduce our moderators for tonight, Mr. Chancery and Ms. Veronica Chisholm.
Hello everyone, I'm Connor Chancery. I'm a junior here at Owen County High School, and I'm one of the project coordinators of our Civics Club. I'm very humbled to be the coordinator of the very first student-led political forum here in Owen County. I want to start off by thanking the candidates for coming here tonight, and also all the Civics Club members who have put in great efforts to organize this event, as well as Ms. Diana Brown and Ms. Susie Young, and for all their technical assistance, and also the OCHS staff and faculty, how they've kind of been behind me and helped support me and for everything we've done. And at this time, I also want to introduce my co-moderator, Ms. Veronica Chisholm.
First, we will make a call for each office to approach the stage. Then, a candidate will be called up to the podium. A question will be addressed to the candidates, who will then be allowed 1 minute to respond. When you come up to the stage, please come up the stairs on the right side by the podium. We're sorry that you will not have more time to respond, but we want to make sure each candidate is heard and that all student questions will be addressed. Once all candidates have spoken, that group of candidates may exit the stage while another group is called up.
At this time, I'd like to make a call for the Owen County Coroner candidates, Ms. Lou Rose and Mr. Landis Garnett.
Hello, I am Megan Mulhoyt. I am a junior here, and I wanted to ask, what skills does it take to be a coroner?
Hello, my name is Deborah Rose, and the skills that you need to have is first recognize death. You have to be able to, has to be recognized, number one. I am a licensed funeral director and embalmer, so that covers the education. We will also do a 40-hour criminal justice class, just like the state police or the deputies will take. So,
thank you.
My name is Sarah. My question is, how do you feel your personal integrity will allow you to excel in this position?
I think the integrity is to be honest, upstanding, trustworthy, dependable, and that helps your integrity, people to trust you. You have to be trusted with your loved ones.
Thank you, Ms. Rose. You may now exit the stage. Now I would like to welcome all constable candidates, Mr. Bob Risch and Mr. John Wilson.
Hi, my name is Mackenzie Edgen. I'm a freshman here at Owen County High School. According to the Kentucky statutes, the duties of constables have been increasingly limited over the years. What do you plan to do as constable? Why is your position important? And what can you do to improve our community for the future?
I'm John Wilson. I'm a current constable for District 1 here in Owen County. I plan on assist the sheriff department like I have in the past, through arrests and whatnot. And to keep the constable position in our county, I believe it's important because we can take some of the duties off of the sheriff's officers so that they can be out for emergencies. We can serve paperwork, warrants, and whatnot. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Bob Rish. The first question, I will continue to work with the Sheriff Department, patrol the road, and answer all the calls, and assist the sheriffs in any way I can, like I have in the past. The second question, is it important to have a constable in District 3? Because usually you can respond to the call faster than the sheriff can, because a lot of times they're out of the area, and we're familiar with the people in our area, which when they get there, you know, usually they'll ask if we know them, a little bit about them, and we answer everything we can, and we assist them in every way we can. I will continue to work with the Sheriff Department to make our community safer for our children, our grandchildren, and the elderly. Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to make a call for the Owen County Sheriff candidates, Mr. Zemer Hammond, Mr. Mark Best, and Mr. Elvis Rose.
Hi, my name is Kirsten Parker, and I'm a junior here. And I would like to ask the question, what plans do you have to combat the current drug problem in Owen County, specifically within our schools?
I'll continue the work I have been doing with the state police and also the city police officer. We all work good together. As far as the school system here, I'll continue to have my K-9 unit in here. We've had them in here twice already this year and in the parking lot. And well, the good report was we never found no drugs. Last year when I had them in here, we found some small amount of marijuana, things like that, but nothing big. But this year so far, we haven't even found any marijuana, and that's good news.
Okay, my name is Nikki Jacobs, and I'm also a junior. I would like to ask, what do you think is the most important job of the sheriff? What makes you think you can do this effectively?
Most important thing to me is being sheriff. I've been sheriff now going on my 5th term. I've finished up my 4th term, and it's protect and serve the citizens of Owen County. And the ones that I found is more after something happened to them is our juveniles and the elderly. There's been so many scams going on here lately trying to get the elderly Social Security number, different things to where they can scam them. And I have had a lot of calls on it. I've turned a lot of it over to the FBI because they're working on that because it's come from a foreign country, a lot of it. And a lot of the elderly, I have went to their homes and sat and visited with them about these things. And we'll continue protecting the citizens of Owen County.
Thank you.
Okay. My platform from the beginning has been the most effective way we can deal with our drug problem is going to be to coordinate our efforts with the state police and the city police, all 3 agencies working together. I know that the 3 of the agencies working together can accomplish a whole lot more working together than we can individually. We need to be sharing intelligence. There's things that we can utilize to take the fight to the dealers. As far as the school, I want to work with Mr. Stanford. I want to utilize the drug dog, and I want to develop a rapport with the students. One of the things I talked about in the paper was maybe utilizing the Sheriff's Way training program where I can get to know the young people and work with them and build a rapport with them, work with them in a positive way. Question number 2. Well, as far as the most effective, the most important job for the sheriff, I would have to echo what Sheriff Hammond said, is to protect and serve. That's been on cruisers for years, and I think that the most important thing we can do is protect the people, serve them, and run an efficient sheriff's department that's going to answer the call and keep a safe community to live in.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Elvis Rose. You never know me, you've heard of me. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If I become elected as sheriff, I'm going to take and work with the kids, to call with a hotline number to call in, because a lot of it happens in their houses, their homes. They can talk to their parents, and they know their parents is doing drugs, some's not. But the ones that are, their children are being affected by it. We're all affected by drugs. Not only our children, but the adults. Each and every one needs to band together and see if we can do something about this problem and go for the dealers. We're not looking for the ones that's already hooked. They're hooked, yes. We'll have to get help for them. But the dealers are bringing it in, and we got to shut this county down to get it done. And another thing, I think I put it all together, but pretty much, but what do you think about the most important job of the sheriff's department? The most important job is getting the deputies out in the county. Don't hang around towns not getting it. And you got to work with the county attorney, the Commonwealth attorney, and each one they're going to have to give harder sentences, because the drug dealers is the ones we need to go after first, is bringing this stuff in, not the ones that just taking it. The ones that's taking it, we got to have them rehabilitated, because it takes a year to get off this stuff. I deal with a lot of them. They come and I work them. I try to get them off of it. They've lost their kids, their children. They've lost their homes, their automobiles. They live on the streets. But the thing is, we got to get something done. I think.
Thank you.
Will county clerk candidates please come to the stage? Miss Laurel Stivers.
Hi, my name is Aaron Klein, and I'm a senior at Owen County High School. And although you're running unopposed, what do you bring to the role of county clerk, and what makes you the right person for the job?
I'm very thankful to be running unopposed. I've been blessed with this job. I try to be as friendly to all of the customers when you come in. We are trying to be a very friendly office, getting our jobs done as they come in. We're very busy right now with election time, of course, and I'm learning a lot as I go. So I do take notes, I call people, and I try to do the very best job that I can do as possible.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michaela Sipple. I'm a junior here. My question is, how are you working to make the clerk's office more accessible to our growing number of commuter workers who can't get to the office by 4 o'clock during the week?
We started opening on the last Saturday of every month from 8 to 12. We are there till 6 o'clock on Monday nights, and a lot of people don't realize that, and we're there all day on Wednesday. A lot of people think that we are shut down all day on Wednesday, and we're not. We're going along with the same schedule it's always been, except for the Saturdays. And if people can't get there, you can actually do it on the web. You can register your vehicle on the web, and it's all right there for you to be able to do that for the younger people that want to do it that way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to call the Owenton mayor candidates, Mr. Doug West and Mr. Nick Wheeltier.
And Mr. Rotier. My name's Ellie Stout, and I'm a sophomore here. You have also served as mayor before, and we know you are actively involved in many positions within the community. How do you plan to balance your positions, and how can you ensure that you will give the city 100% attention when it is needed?
Okay, thank you, Ellen. Very good question. I've always been a very active person all throughout my life. I can go back all the way to the 7th grade when I was living on a farm, getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, milking cows for a neighbor. I had to shuffle a lot of things then throughout my schedule. All throughout my years, whether it be in high school or even post-high school years, I've always been a driven person. The more I have to do, the more energetic I am, the more I pursue doing what needs to be done. As far as my schedule, some of the activities on my schedule may be changing here in the near future. I'm not sure what may be happening out of the hospital, so that may free up some time for me. I've also been one that I do not micromanage everything and everybody and every situation. I believe it's important putting responsible people in their place, knowing that they're going to get the job done and working together collectively as a group. I think together we can get the job done.
All right, thank you. You can sit down because we have another question for you in a minute.
All right.
Mr. West. In other campaigns, you have focused on the past and what you have done. We would like to know what you plan to do and why you believe you are the right candidate to lead our city and community in the future.
Okay, first let me say, I'm the first full-time working mayor that the city of Owenton has had. I have concentrated my 4 years on upgrading the city as far as our city streets. We blacktopped 21 out of 43 streets. We've had 12 houses tore down that just needed to come down. On the sidewalks and steps, we've redone 14 sections. Of course, you have to appropriate so much money each year to get these things done. You can't do them all in 1 year. Okay, being mayor too, you gotta be administrator. You need to be at your office on the day-to-day operation to make sure that everyone's doing their job, that your clerk and treasurer have the training that they need to do their job efficient and take care of our city and run it in an efficient manner and to get things done. You want the other question? Go ahead.
Yes. I'm Mackenzie Edgett. I'm a freshman here at Owen County. In America, small towns are becoming extinct. Owington, like many others, is a direct example of this sad truth. What ideas do you have to revitalize the city and bring business and professional opportunities to Owington and Owen County?
Let me say, in the last 40 years in Owen County, we've lost 65 plus businesses all over this county. A lot of the old people here can remember every community you went to and was thriving, had stores and everything else. Now you can count it, there's like 4 stores outside the city limits. I can remember when we used to have Western Auto, Zuckerman's, Lerman's, and all these other things in the city. Your big corporations have killed your small towns. Your mom and pop places are gone. You're not going to have them anymore. What the city has done with my recommendation, we have adopted a vicinity plan that if you build a new business within the city limits or a new home or apartment, that we will give you 3 years off on your city taxes. That just entices people to come in. Also, the American Water Company has spent $13.5 million on a new line from the water treatment plant and 2 new tanks to ensure that we will not have the water shortage problem that we had last year. Carrollton Utilities, who the city turned over for the natural gas line, they spent over $500,000 in the city of Owenton last year, finishing running natural gas all over the city. And we're hoping that would help entice some more business to come into our city. Plus our industrial foundation, we need to work on more land because we don't have adequate land for any big industry which come in. Right now we would have to focus on the small.
Thank you. Mr. Woodhill. With the same question, in America, small towns are becoming extinct. Owington, like many others, is a direct example of this sad truth. What ideas do you have to revitalize the city and bring business and professional opportunities to Owen County and Owington?
Okay, thank you, Mackenzie. Certainly the revitalization of our downtown is something that is much needed. I will echo something that Judge West has already said. We have so many people right now that are traveling, going elsewhere, taking their business elsewhere. So it makes it hard for small businesses here to actually make it and to survive and thrive here. But I believe that if we put all of our efforts together, we can do just that. We need to upgrade downtown. Now there's probably, at least when I left office, there was very little, maybe no monies now in the way of grant or revitalization of downtowns. However, even if they're not available, you've got private donations, you've got corporate donations that can be sought after, and I would encourage that, and we would pursue those avenues. I also believe that in order for us to have a thriving downtown, going back to another issue that's already been addressed, we've got to deal with the drug issues that we have in town. And I think working together, I think children, young people like we see right here tonight, because they'll put this on, they need to be working with us as adults with their ideas, with their plans, working to implement some possible options that we can work together on to head off the drug issues that we have. But I don't see the revitalization of downtown happening simply because we get grants. I know I'm out of time, I'm sorry. 30 seconds? Oh, okay. Okay. So I would like to, I thought you were like my wife, you were clearing your throat, okay? I really believe that just the simple desire to revitalize downtown is not going to happen in and of itself. We've got to bring businesses and seek to bring the businesses here that would be conducive to this kind of environment. I'd like to work together with the constituents, not just in the city, but within the county, and incorporate our young people and help them bring those changes about, because these young people are going to be the future leaders of our community. And in many ways, they're leaders right now.
Thank you.
We would now like to welcome to the stage Owen County Attorney candidate, Mr. Josh Smith.
I'm Kaylin Sizemore, I'm a senior at Owen. The drug issue in our county is a growing concern. We have classmates and former graduates who are addicted to drugs and in many cases fatally. What role as county attorney can you play in attacking the ever-growing drug problem in this county?
Unfortunately, my main role with the drug problem usually comes after the fact, at which somebody's already been charged with something and they come to court, and that's the first time I actually get to see them. I work with the sheriff's office, the city police, the state police. They all have my cell phone number. They all call me no matter what time of night it is. If they need something and they've got drug issues going on, I get out and I meet them at my office to do search warrants for all of that type of issues. But once again, that's after they've already been caught with something or something's going on and we get them in court. Once we get them in court, we try to use the combination of jails and rehab. Once they get in jail, we try to keep them in jail so they can get off the drugs that they're on and start thinking halfway clearly again before we try to get them into a rehab program. We start out, I've seen, I'm sure you all know classmates that have come to court before for drug issues that are in high school. We've even had some middle school students in there. With juveniles, we try to get them into programs to try to get them off the drugs, sooner rather than later. But once again, we're trying to play catch up by the time it gets to me. It's one of those things that really needs to start with at home and with you all, as far as that goes, to focus on to try to keep from ever starting. Because once you start, it's very, very difficult to get off the drugs. Studies show even if you want to get off, it takes 6 or 7 times of failing before there's a success out of that. So it's an ever-growing problem that we're trying to combat right now, but it's no easy solution at this point.
Sorry, I'm a tall one. You gotta have to adjust that a little bit. Good evening, Mr. Smith. My name is Carla Carfora, and I'm a senior here at Owen County High School, and this is my question. What do you consider to be the most urgent issue facing the county attorney's office today?
Well, right now, if you're talking about urgency, the most urgent issue that we're dealing with in my office right now is, and it just got finished actually, was dealing with the alcohol ordinance that faces the fiscal court right now. As I'm assuming most people in this place know, is that recently the city of Owenton voted to go moist, which allows the sale of alcohol in restaurants. And that has been the major thing in my office for probably the past 4 to 6 weeks as far as that goes, to get that done so that'll be properly regulated here in the county as well as to the state office. So that's the major thing that's facing my office right now, is dealing with some physical court issues that's a physical court issue along with some other ones that the court's working through right now. As we're coming up on the elections, they're getting ready to have a new court to let them know what's going on, that they're going to be facing as far as that goes. Because when you talk about urgency, that's the most urgent coming on, because most of my other stuff that I deal with is ever changing as far as that goes. Something different happens every day. There's a new DUI, there's a new assault case, there's a new drug case. It's different people, but the same type of cases. So it's kind of an ever-changing flow there of what's going on. But the most pressing issues right now are dealing with the physical court and the alcohol vote that just took place.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to call the Kentucky State Representative candidates, Mr. Ryan Quarles and Mr. Chuck Tackett.
Hello, I'm Autumn Hunter. I'm a sophomore here at Owen County High School. We appreciate both of you running for office, but we're tired of all the negative campaigns. Can you please tell us why you are the best candidate while respecting your opponents?
Believe me, I'm tired of the negative campaigning as well. As the recipient of over $60,000 of negative ads slinging my name to the mud, I wish more candidates could focus on what they can offer in the position that they're running for, rather than what's wrong about somebody else. And imagine that $60,000, what it could do for a school system in our county. I believe I'm the best candidate for the job because I have a track record as a 2-term legislator of working in a bipartisan and effective manner. I'm one of only a handful of legislators in Kentucky who've actually been able to get legislation passed through both the Democratic House and a Republican Senate, and that's something that's not happening in Washington, D.C. right now. And finally, I've been able to develop the relationships that you need to succeed in Frankfort. I spent 4 years getting to know my fellow General Assembly members, getting to know the local officials of the 3 counties I represent, so that we can have an effective team approach towards passing legislation for the benefit of the 62nd District.
Hi, I'm Blair Harris I'm a sophomore here at Owen County High School, and I'd like to know how you plan to benefit the individual counties you represent while also taking into account your role as a state representative.
So as you may know, the 62nd District comprises 3 counties, Owen County, Scott County, and a little bit of Lexington. And that's a great question because the needs of Owen County are a little bit different than the needs of Lexington. And I plan on doing this by continuing to do what I'm already have been doing, and that's listening to the needs of Owen County. I think that the future here can be bright. We embrace tourism, focus on infrastructure, and develop a long-term economic plan. Scott County, we have a lot of growth, so I've been focusing on how to best prepare Scott County as being the fastest growing county in the state with infrastructure projects. And in Lexington, well, that's its own ball of wax. But finally, I know drugs have been mentioned a lot tonight, and some of the negative ads you've got in your mailbox have been completely false. I voted for the heroin bill. I voted to crack down on prescription drug abuse, and I'll continue to serve the needs of this county as this epidemic continues to plague our state. But thank you, Civics Club, for hosting us tonight. Thank you.
Will Circuit Judge candidates Mr. John Brent Threatcold and Miss Leslie Knight please come to the stage?
My name is Michaela Byers, and I'm a senior at Owen County High School. And the first question is, what do you believe to be the foundational causes for juvenile offenders, and how do you plan to combat this?
First, I'd like to start by helping you to understand that as a circuit judge, the juvenile division would not be in my jurisdiction. That would be a district court issue. However, I think that as a community and as a circuit judge that it affects all of us, and it behooves all of us to become involved with the community and to help these children. I think the foundational causes for juvenile offenders unfortunately begins at home. I think most of these kids have little self-worth. They don't see the value of their life. And I think that, again, that begins at home. And I think the way we can combat that as a community is to get children involved in organizations such as you and we're doing right now. I think the kids that are kept busy don't have enough time to get in trouble. I think the kids that are kept busy, whether it's at school or at church, have a support system and they feel loved and they feel needed and they feel important. So I will do everything that I can. I work with kids at my church. I'm a Sunday school teacher, and I want those kids to feel loved and needed, not just at home, but outside the home. So being involved in the community is very important.
Thank you. What do you plan, or what do you believe to be the foundational causes for juvenile offenders, and how do you plan to combat this?
As Ms. Knight pointed out, circuit judges don't really deal a whole lot with juvenile cases. As a court-appointed guardian ad litem, making recommendations to judges as to what to do with custody of children, I've been involved in juvenile court a lot. I'm a scout leader, a member of the Williamstown Christian Church, and I think the foundational cause for juvenile offenders is the breakdown of the family. I think part of it stems from everybody has forgotten the First Amendment says freedom of religion, not freedom from religion, and we have basically added words to the Constitution, and I think there was a wrong-headed decision out of the federal courts for the Western District of Kentucky that took the definition of marriage and said it's no longer between one man and one woman. And I think what we need to remember, and how do judges combat the problems that we have now, is judges do not legislate from the bench. Daniel Webster tells us what the words mean. The legislature strings them together, and judges are to apply law to fact. Thank you.
Like I said previously, my name is Carla Carfora, and I'm a senior here at Owen County High School. In today's society, small towns and communities are all seeing that the greatest obstacle in justice is our growing drug problem. What do you perceive to be the greatest the greatest obstacle to justice, and why?
Well, first I want you to know that I think that we have the greatest justice system in the world. It's not perfect, but it certainly is a fair system. I don't necessarily see the drug problem as an obstacle to justice. It clogs our justice system. What I would see as an obstacle, if there is any to the justice system, I would have to say the multitude of television shows that give the perception of how our justice system works, when it frankly is not true. Those are entertainment value only. That's not how our system works. The drug problem is just one issue that we face in the courts, and that doesn't mean that there isn't justice in the courts. I see it every day. There is justice in our process. And I think, again, we have the best legal system in the world.
Thank you. What do you perceive to be the greatest obstacle to justice, and why?
As a criminal defense lawyer and civil lawyer, probably the greatest obstacle to justice that we see is the re-victimization of the victims of crime. An example would be, I represented a young man that was sexually molested. His perpetrator was given an offer of no time in jail. He spent, after that went off, he went over to the Grant County Fair and handed out balloons. Probation and parole finally no longer saw the humor in that, and they arrested him. When he got harmed in the jail, and he got some $60,000, I had to go in on behalf of that victim and recollect that money, because the victim of that crime was more entitled to that money. The thing is, we don't need to re-victimize the victims of crime when they come to court. And as a circuit judge, you can ensure that the victim is not re-victimized, that the victim gets their day in court, the victim gets to be heard, and judges need to listen to what the victims have to say when they have been victimized by crime.
Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to make a call for the Owen County Jailer candidate, Ms. Cindy Walker.
Hello, Ms. Walker. I am a junior here at Owen County High School, and my name is Tabby. And I would just like to know if you could briefly explain your role as jailer.
Hello, thank you for having me here this evening. My role as jailer, we have a closed county jail, so I do mainly transports. I transport people back and forth to court when they're incarcerated and they need to make court appearances. If they are arrested here in the county by 5 different agencies, the Sheriff's Department, the City Police, State Police, Fish and Wildlife, or DOT, they are transported to Carroll County Detention Center where we do have a contract. And if they're arrested anywhere in the state of Kentucky and are housed in a county jail, I do transport them to court or pick them up and take them to Carroll County Detention Center where they will be housed. I oversee the medical needs for the inmates, and I try to run the office as cost effectively as possible and to keep the budget down as much as possible. And I work well with all of the police agencies here to help keep the people who are breaking laws off the streets.
Hello, my name is Bree Landrum. I'm a senior, and I was wondering if you could explain how you serve Owen County and make it a better place for us to live.
I think I sort of answered that with the first question. Sorry. That's okay. But like I said, by working with all of the police agencies to help keep the people who are breaking laws off the streets and to manage the office as cost effectively as possible to save the taxpayers money. Thank you.
Will Owen County Judge Executive candidates Mr. Casey Ellis and Dr. Gary Minch come to the stage?
Hi, my name is Audrey Hager. I'm a sophomore here at Owen County High School. Do you think Owen County should remain a primarily agricultural county, or should we begin to progress as a community? In this progression, what would you do to bring more business and industry to Owen County, since we basically have an empty industrial park?
Well, it was very clear in the studies, the Owen County 2020 study and the landscape architecture study that was done many years ago, that the majority of Owen Countyans want to maintain a rural heritage while also progressing. So there's a very fine line there, but what we need to do is establish an economic development and tourism plan to highlight our strengths and our weaknesses so that we can move forward and try to have the best of both worlds.
Thank you.
I think Owen County will remain primarily an agricultural community for several reasons. Larger industry look for things that we just can't provide. Interstate access, access to airport, waterway that you can actually move big barges up, things like that, rail, we don't have them here. Those ships have sailed a long time ago. So we've got to look at the smaller industry. I think one thing we can do to try to stimulate that is make sure the roads we have access to are upgraded the best possible. I know right now they're starting to stake off Highway 22 East, make it a better road. And that's going to help us, you know, the transportation wise between here and Grant County. And as far as bringing more business, you know, that's what we need to do. We need to try to build some infrastructure, maybe expand the gas lines, make the roads the best we can, try to make us more attractive for people.
Thank you. Are there any plans to fix the rural roads countywide?
Are there any plans? Yeah, I mean, it's an ongoing situation we deal with as a magistrate for the 2nd District, now going into my 4th year. It's ongoing. We work with Rural Highway and Division 6, District 6 Highway on a daily basis. So.
Hi, I'm Brittany Tolles, and I'm a sophomore here at Owen County High School. We will soon be graduates of Owen County High School. As we go to college and graduate and look for professional careers, why should we come back to Owen County? How will Owen County look different in 4 years that would make us want to come back and provide opportunities for us and our families here in Owen County?
Okay. Well, when you go and become a college graduate, there's different types of careers you can get into. Owen County is, I think, is going to remain a rural community. I don't think you're going to see a huge growth in population. If you want to come back and you say you want to be a school teacher or something, or a nurse or a general physician, I think there'll be a place here for you. If you're going to be a neurosurgeon or an astrophysicist, sorry, I don't think Owen County is going to be your place. So it kind of depends on what kind of career you're looking into. As far as the futures of families here in the county, I don't think you asked all of that one. I think we're going to change some, but I think we're going to still be pretty much an agricultural community. Hopefully we'll have some things upgraded. I'd like to see something done with downtown Owenton. I think it's, I don't know what we can do to revitalize it, but definitely we need to pursue something there. Thank you.
Same question. Okay. I think the first thing we can do is to start engaging young people before you leave and move to college. If elected judge executive, I plan to establish a county youth committee to have students like yourselves engaged in what's going on a daily basis. And if you can kind of set the tone and work with the community, with the organizations on what's moving us forward now, you'll be more apt to come back. One of the main reasons to come back is that hopefully we're going to remain a nice, quiet, safe place to raise a family with low living costs. And with our rural heritage and maintaining our rural heritage and continuing our infrastructure improvements such as the gas line, the water line that have been started. Owen County, even though you can't see it from the top looking in, Owen County has changed a lot in the last 4 to 6 years with those kinds of things going on. If we get Highway 22 completed and continue to move forward in those infrastructures, you know, I think that Owen County, you're going to start to see some changes in Owen County in the next 4 years.
There's one more.
Okay.
Why can't anyone get another factory here like iTron to provide more local jobs?
It's not from lack of trying, I can tell you. I'm a member of Kentucky Connect Group along with Judge Keith, and also sit on the board of the Northern Kentucky Area Development District. And we have come to the realization, even though it was a hard one, that a job opportunity or an educational opportunity in the region is also an opportunity for the students and the people here in Owen County. If we can continue to work with our neighbors, then it provides more opportunity for us. Itron has, since the gas line has come into town, Itron has almost doubled their workforce, and they actually are relying on a lot of out-of-town employees now. So it's a fact of the infrastructure being a little bit behind, and our workforce is a little bit behind. We're also a member, Owen County is also a member of the Work Ready program, which is also a regional effort. So if we can start to get those programs finalized and get our certificates in those programs, then we will start being looked at more favorably by companies.
Well, we can certainly try to make Owen County an attractive place to move in small industry. As I mentioned earlier, we don't have the things in place that would attract larger industry. But there is a problem here with the workforce. I mean, if you brought up a very big factory in here, I mean, where would we get the workers? You just don't have enough eligible workers out here to really put in anything of any significant size.
Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to make a call for the Owen County PBA candidates, Mr. Jimmy Cole, Mr. Troy Brown.
what technological advancements can you bring to the job to help clarify, organize, and streamline the work that you do?
Well, as an appraiser, since '99, I've seen a lot of advancements in our technologies that I use as an appraiser. One of the things that I really like now is I can do an appraisal right here on my iPhone, on my smartphone. I can go and I can take the picture of the property that I'm appraising. I take the picture. I've got drop tabs of everything that I need to put in about the house. And while I'm still there at the house, I can send it out and it automatically goes to my computer. When I get back in to finish writing my report, a lot of my inspection is already completed. I think we need to integrate this with the technology, with the software that we have there now. Also, the software that's in the Owen County PDA office now is a software that other counties have been using for a while. I think it's important that we get everything online so citizens of Owen County can get online, look at their property, look at their neighbor's property, and see what they're assessed at, see what their neighbor's assessed at, and have everything online, which is more accessible to the public here in Owen County.
Okay, I'm Tabby Beach, as stated earlier. Why do you believe you are the right candidate for this job?
Well, like I said, you know, with the office of the PBA, what that office does is place values on your property. Like I said, I'm an appraiser. I've got the training, I've got the certification from the state saying that I'm a certified residential appraiser. But that's not where it should stop. I'm currently a magistrate for District 4. I'm very concerned with all the issues that we have here in the county. You know, we need to create jobs. We've got an epidemic on drug problems. We all going to have to work together. We all have to stay in touch with our legislators at the state level and federal level, and to make sure that Owen County is heard. And everyone is to work together, because it's going to take everyone in public office and everyone that's a leader here in the county and all the citizens here in the county to all work together and try to move this county forward in the direction that we need to go. We're all going to have to work together, and it's going to be a responsibility of everyone.
Thank you.
As far as the technology issue, technology is a wonderful thing. It truly is. You have to be able to pay for it. That's the big issue. When I look at software packages that are costing $20,000, I mean, you don't go to Walmart and buy these packages. We simply do not have the budget. And I'm going to run the office within the means that I have. I'm not going to credit card things. Love to have it. Since I've been in office, we have put our property records online. We're not to the point we'd like to be. It's an everyday issue. We recently, in the last couple of years, have installed a geographical information system. And we're still trying to learn it somewhat. Classes are really hard to find through. That's the technology issue of it. The reason I think I'm the best candidate, I've been doing it for 8 years. I've been through all the classes. I've been through all the training. I'm proven. You know, if I wasn't proven for this job, even the Department of Revenue would have found out by now. I mean, they really would have. Every time I've seen in a tax roll, it's been approved, but no questions asked. I think I'm the right person.
Thank you.
Will Owen County School Board of Education candidate Mr. Terry Patterson come to the stage?
Hi, my name is Aaron Klein and I'm still a senior.
My name is Emma Ashcraft.
Mr. Patterson, math test scores in Owen County need significant improvement. Our textbooks are severely outdated and we do not have enough books for each student.
How can the school board address this funding problem to help the students?
Okay, everybody can help here. I'm asking legislators for more money, but really, watch our expenses closely, utilities, whatever else we might watch. Attendance to class, you students can help us by attending class, because we have money for how many people show up. Utilities, saving money at school, turning off lights and that sort of thing. So, but next month we have the administrators coming to us to present the test scores, and when they come to present the test scores, they will make recommendations to us of what needs to be done, whether it's textbooks, whether it's something else, some other type of consulting or whatever to help us. But I think everybody here can help out as far as, you know, helping us to support the kids here, because it really is important. When you talk about new industry out in the district, I mean, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for educated students, for educated workers, and math is very important.
Thank you.
At this time, I want to call the Owen County Magistrate candidates, Mr. Todd Spurgeon, Mr. Stuart Bowling, Mr. Paul Wilson, Ms. Teresa Kemper Davis, and Mr. Travis Fitzgerald.
Like I said previously, my name's Kirsten Parker, and as magistrate, how do you plan on working with a new judge executive to stimulate economic growth and or create economic prosperity in your precinct and in Owen County?
Well, I've worked with 2 judges, and I'm pretty good at that, and I'm going to work with the new judge, whether it be Casey or Gary. As far as economical development, we always are looking to see what we can do in our district, in our precinct. And right now, we need to get more water.
Thank you.
I guess just answer the same question, correct?
Yes, do you need me to repeat it?
No, I got
Okay.
it. First of all, I want to say thank you to the students for hosting this event. Appreciate that. I think what I want to do, first of all, whether it's Mr. Ellis or Mr. Bench, is I would like to travel Frankfurt more to the economical board, see what they have to offer, see what road they can turn us down. I would also like to see if there's tax breaks that we can offer to new business in order to entice them to come to Owen County. But the main thing is this is a collective effort. It's not just me, or it's not just Casey or Gary or the other magistrates. It's a whole community. And if we can get ideas, we can take them and present them and work on it and try to streamline to get other people to come.
Thank you.
I think that in working with whoever the judge executive is, that you exhaust all avenues as far as with your legislature. Work with the Chamber of Commerce. Chamber of Commerce would be a good body to try to see about furthering any type of businesses in the county. Working, I would hope to be able to work with the Northern Kentucky Area Development also, and seeing what they would recommend, and go through that avenue also.
Thank you.
Same question.
Yes, sir.
Well, I appreciate y'all inviting me here. And first of all, I'm not a politician, so I won't take up too much time. I think you said 30 minutes was all you was allowed. So, anyway, the biggest thing about it is I've got a lot of ideas that I put on paper, but I didn't want to put a catalog out. People can't hardly do that much. But anyway, on getting along with the judge, except as long as the new judge accepts these things my way, we will get along fine. That's one thing my wife says. She hates for me to get up and moderate at church because she said I'm so embarrassed I never know what you're going to come up with. But I really appreciate the Civic Club here at the high school inviting me and all these candidates out. And ladies and gentlemen here too. Like I said, I've got a lot of things I'd like to do. Some of them can't be put into a vote. It's just some things that's voluntary, and some of them don't like it too much. I believe that we could have festivals. We used to have a Junior Dairy Day here. Some of the older ones, the younger ones don't remember, but I think we could get some kind of festival going that would generate some money. I don't like taxes. I don't want taxes, or increased taxes. I know we've got to pay our share. I don't want anything new. So therefore, I had asked in my letter that I'm giving out to the people in my district that they would. I can't get over nothing in 20 seconds. But anyway, it's I was thinking about a 10% payout of your pay, whoever's elected out of each office to put in a special fund to create some stuff for the county.
Thank you.
All right, ma'am. I have a question, if that's all right. Oh, yeah. As I said earlier, my name is Nikki Jacobs, and my question is, as students, we are unsure of what role magistrates play in our local government. It seems this way because of the lack of participation of many past magistrates. How active of a role do you plan to play in local politics, and what do you plan to do to make a better future for our community?
When you take the role as a magistrate, you give up your personal vote. You speak for the people that you represent. So you need to talk to those people. I get out and talk to people constantly about different things. I've made a lot of chocolate pies to get water down some road. So what you got to do is be flexible. You keep your county judge, always talk to your county judge, let them know what's going on, because they can pull some strings too and help you get things done in your area. You just have to be open and honest with people. And I know that time's quick.
Thank you.
I guess myself, I want to keep the lines of communication open. And the communication starts with me. So this day in social media, you have newspapers, telephones. Communication is a big deal. So I'm going to be very active on Facebook or in the newspaper. I want to make my district that I represent aware of everything that's going on. Okay. Also, I work in Frankfurt, so I want to make sure that, you know, as a team, that we're there in Frankfurt exploring every avenue that can help make Owen County better. I want Owen County to prosper, because just like questions that you asked previously, I want to try to make Owen County a place to where my two children come back to, not a place that they live. And that's
Thank you.
I also would plan to be very active in the role as magistrate. Would also be open to all lines of communications. I'm a local small business owner. My office is directly across the street from the courthouse. I would be very involved in anything, any activity that we would participate in as magistrate. Again, as a member of the Chamber of Commerce, which I mentioned Chamber a while ago, you know, you get many good ideas working with an organization like that. I'm finishing my 18th year on the school board this year. So, you know, that also over the years, you learn how to listen to people first. And then you go from there to act in the appropriate manner.
Thank you.
As students, this is the question we're asking. We're really unsure of what role magistrates really play in the local government. Well, they're the physical court and they take care of motives and any problems that arise, I think, in the county. And they're supposed to work better for the county to help people, young people, and if elected. I've already hard two young ladies out there. I'm sorry, you're not be able to hear me. I've already hard two young ladies out of the civic club that's willing to work with me, and any of the others that want to work with me in the civic club, and I will pay them too, because I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it to help the citizens of Owen County.
That's it. Thank you.
You're welcome. God bless you.
At this time, I want to make a call for the Owen County Conservation Officer candidate, Mr. Randy Bishop.
First of all, thank you for having me here tonight to represent the Owen County Soil Conservation District. I got the crud, so it doesn't sound too good, but it gives me a chance to enlighten the landowners, farmers of what we do at the district. First of all, the district is made up of 7 people. There are 3 of us up this year. Our terms are up this year, and so that's why I guess we're on the election ballot or what have you. Let me just enlighten you on what we do at the district. First of all, to let you know where our money comes from, we get funding from the local real estate millage tax. We have not in 20-some years raised our tax rate, and so we're very happy for that, and I'm sure you are also. We get money from some other things. Our main goal as a soil conservation district is 3 different things. We have money for heavy usage area. That is like where there's a lot of travel by cattle or sheep or what have you, hogs. We help to fund money to farmers, landowners to help in those areas. We also fund money for pasture liming, and we also fund money for water facilities. So that's the way that we try to make things better for Owen County and for landowners here in Owen County. We also are very happy to work with the school system. I know I'm just going to read off a few of the things that we do. We have the annual art and writing contest. Last year we had 282 participants in the art contest and 296 in the writing contest. Kelly Burford, who is our administrative secretary, does a wonderful job with the Monarch Butterfly Program. We do a lot of things with field days at the primary, the high school. We give the high school $2,000 every year to help out with the ag department. We have $15,000 set aside in our budget to help with the new farm over here that the school district bought. So those are some of the things that we do to help out.
And now I would like to call Owenton City Council candidates, Mr. Larry Dale Perry, Miss Rita Osborne, Mr. Robert Osborne, Mr. Robert Walker, and Mr. Jimmy Marston.
Hi, I'm Audrey Hager. I'm a sophomore at Owen County High School. How will you utilize the recent legislation permitting the sale of alcohol in qualifying restaurants to benefit Owen County as a whole?
Well, the worst part about this is not a whole lot the city can do with alcohol thing. The only money that we get that comes into us is through our license. And our license, anything that comes in for the alcohol has to be used for our police department. And which we can always use money for our police department. So our main thing would be to make sure that we have officers on duty that patrol and watch and make sure that if somebody does consume alcohol, it doesn't get out on the roads and cause any problems at all.
Thank you.
Same question?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
My thing about the alcohol is I think it's going to bring more. It's going to make economic. It's going to help the economy, in my opinion. I'm not a drinker, but I honestly think that it's going to boost the economy if more businesses. I think the city should encourage businesses to get this license because I honestly believe, like I said, it'll help to boost the economy.
Thank you.
Same question?
Yes, sir.
Well, like Larry Dale said, our only function in this is to make sure that we set the business license fee, and that fee goes to our police department. Other than that, our job is to, with our police department, is to patrol the highways and make sure that there's not abuse of drinking in the different establishments. As of right now, I don't think we have one place in the city that can seat 100 people to be able to serve alcohol. So I don't know how some of the business is going to take care of that.
Yes.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Civics Department for having us here tonight so that you all can meet the candidates. And as Christian, I don't think it would really stimulate our economy that much. We would only get 1% off of the total sales of alcohol, which wouldn't be that much. And I can't see that it's going to stimulate the economy. I think it's going to would probably cause more problems than it would be good.
Thank you. We have one more.
Hi, I'm Courtney Tolles and I'm a sophomore here. Many students say they can't wait to get out of Owen County. What can our local government do to make students say, I can't wait to come back to Owen County or I never want to leave Owen County?
I think again, that's a thing. I spent 2 years overseas in Germany, inside the East German Wall. And when I came out of the service as far as the regular Army, I couldn't wait to get back to Owen County. And I had a lot of go a lot of different places, had a lot of different jobs I could have taken, but outside of Owen. But I found that in Owen County, being around people and everything else, that I found a good job. I was able to stay here. I was able to make a good living. And all of my family works in Owen County. And so they've all found jobs. It might not be a job that people might not think would be that good, but then once they get into it, they see that it's really a good job. With the factories and stuff that we have, there's a lot of good job opportunities at Icon and different other businesses around. Not everybody's meant to be a school teacher, but there is some good school teaching jobs. But there's a lot of, our biggest thing is to try to get other industry in. And there, like some of them said before, there is ways to, with Northern Kentucky and different ones, to try to draw small businesses in Owen County. And one of them was we got over $30 million in grants just a few years ago to put new roads to the high school,
also to put natural gas lines in Owen County, which, like I said, Icon's already double. They're out there, and so, you know, there's ways to help improve your community itself to make it attractive to young people, because they come back. It gets with the school system, the parks and rec that we have, and different other activities around that we can draw people back in. Because if you ever lived in a big city, I lived in Louisville when I went to college, but I couldn't wait to get back to Owen County. So it's a lot of advantages to live in a small rural community.
Thank you.
I think students have been saying that since Bobby Walker was in high school and I was in high school, but I think they'll find out as they get older that living in Owen County, we have a lot of good things here in the county to offer. We have, I'm a little bit prejudiced, but we have a good school system that I'm proud of. We have some industry. It'd be nice, of course, that would be the big thing. The employment would be to you know, get some other industries in or some other job opportunities for kids to be able to come back and work at. And I think one other thing they'll realize is that we have a special place here that we can go, and we're not the hustle bustle of the big cities, but yet we're only an hour away from a lot of the major cities, and you can get there and do what you have to do and then come back to an easy lifestyle like here in Owen County. You don't have to fight the traffic and fight all the people, and I think we're lucky that we have a nice place to live here in Owen County, and I think the kids, when they get older, they'll realize that. And I'm going to excuse myself, I got basketball practice.
Thank you.
Like it's been said, there's not a whole lot that we have to offer here right now, but we're hoping to attract new business and industry, hopefully that will provide jobs for young people to come back to. I was in the first graduating class from Owen County High School. I came back, pharmacist here for 56 years, and it's a wonderful place to live, bring up your children. And I just hope that we can attract industry and new business here, so that people will have jobs to come back to.
I feel like the most important thing that we can do to bring our students back here to live or to want to be in Owen County is to offer more things for younger people to do. I don't know how you go about doing that, but we're going to try. I just honestly believe that that's the most important thing. I have 3 kids of my own. They're all grown, but I have grandchildren in the school system. And I would like to see them come back here and live here, just because I don't want them to move away from me. That's a little bit selfish. But with that said, again, I think the only thing that's going to keep those 2 children here in this county is to have things to do and to offer them more things. And so we have to do that.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Nikki Jacobs for the closing of our forum.
Okay, this concludes our question and answer portion. I'd like to make a note that Mr. Garnett, the coroner candidate, was supposed to attend, but was called out on a search and rescue, and he sends his apologies for not being able to attend. I hope everyone enjoyed the evening and would like to invite you to our next Civics Club event. Every year we host Veterans Day on November 11th, and at the Owen County High School gym from 1 to 2:30. This event is student-led and it's open to the public, so if you'd like to attend to support our veterans, the people who risk it all for us, that would be great. I hope to see you there, and thanks again for making this a success. Now, you are more welcome to stay and discuss any topics amongst yourselves. We close around 8, so just make your way out by then. So, thank you.